A massive star is about to grace our presence. An overwhelming favourite for this men's 1500. But there are 12 in contention, and favourites don't always win, as was the case last year. Jake Whiteman, whose image there is front and left, unable to take part this year because of injuries, but a dozen men have aspirations of a place on the global podium. This could be a fantastic, fantastic final. Last to come out is Niels Laros, only 18 years of age. Azzedine Habs of France goes in this one. He's a brilliant championship performer, but the question here, Dan O'Brien, is there anything they can do to beat Jakob Ingebrigtsen, and what has to go wrong for him not to finally win the world 1500-meter title?
So, Rob, history is against Jakob Ingebrigtsen. Of the last 12 world championships contended, the world leader has only won 4 of those world championship titles. So historically, the guy who has run best all season long has not come away with the title. And it's interesting, to beat Jakob Ingebrigtsen, you've got to believe, and Josh Kerr says Ingebrigtsen is beatable. Just like last year, you've seen that, but you have to be at your absolute best to do it.
Favourites don't always win. So let's just remind you, this is a title he is absolutely desperate for. Missed out to Jeffrey Manangoy in the World Junior Final in 2018, finished with silver. Should have won the World Indoors last year in Belgrade, finished with silver to Samuel Tefera of Ethiopia. Was the overwhelming favourite to win in Eugene, should have won the gold, got the silver. Behind Jake Whiteman, who grabbed the race by the scruff of the neck with 180 to go and took the inside line. Ingebrigtsen has put every ounce of his energy into the 1500 metres this year. He's the Olympic champion, and now he wants the world crown as well. There he is. He's been imperious this year. He's moved to 4th on the all-time list. People are talking about him making an assault on El Garouge's legendary world record of 3:26 on the nose. So far this year, no one's been able to touch him. It's his night, he believes, but not in the eyes of the other 11 finalists. Azzedine Habs, European indoor bronze medalist, 7th fastest in the world this year, and he's got his 800 PB down to sub 144. Neil Gawley outdipped Tashite of South Africa by 100th of a second to make this final. Yared Ngusi, could he become America's first medalist in a decade? North American record holder, likeable character, 1500 meter, 3:29 this year. Abel Kipsang, just off the podium last year in the Com Games, but he's the African champion and was 4th 2 years ago in the Olympics. Just behind this guy, Josh Kerr, very, very good in qualification. Bronze medalist 2 years ago, 5th last year. Cole Hoker made the Olympic final 2 years ago at the age of 20. Now to the first of 2 Norwegians. Big breakthrough for Nordas this year into the 3:29 territory. Mario Garcia, just off the podium in 4th. Now listen to this. The Olympic champion, the world #1 on times, but can he do it when it counts right now? Renaud Chariot, the world junior champion. Isaac Nader, Ibero-American champion last year. And Niels Laros, breaking a 22-year-old national record in the semis to qualify for this final. He's only 18 years of age. What a night, what a moment. Nothing to lose and everything to gain. It's the other way round for Ingebrigtsen, the overwhelming favourite. He's never won a global world title at 15. Now comes the chance. Fascinating to see who makes the early running and what the tactics are here. Magousse blocked on the inside here at the moment, but it's Kipsang, light on his feet, taking up the running. And usually, Dan O'Brien, Ingebrigtsen is quite happy to sit off the back of the pace. This is a different tactic. He's absolutely desperate for this crown. As Kipsang looks across, he's surprised to see the Norwegian right there, coming round to the end of the home straight for the first time. He's putting himself in prime position to strike.
Well, that was a pretty fast first 200 meters, and you get off the back of the pack when the pace is going that fast, you can really lose touch. You have to do too much work to catch up. Is a little bit different strategy than we're used to seeing Ingebrigtsen, certainly here at the World Championships, because he's able to sit back there and make a move. But I like this position. Just like to see him tuck in just a little bit more. He's running a lot of distance out there in lane 2 and lane 3.
He's so confident. He's hit the front after 500 meters. This is bold from Ingebrigtsen, but he believes this is destined to be his glorious night, as it was 2 years ago in Tokyo. He was disgusted with himself after finishing with the silver behind Jake Whiteman. Take nothing away from the way the Briton won the race. Ingebrigtsen was shocked that he hadn't taken the gold. Kipsang in second, Maguse for the United States in third, and Habs is tucked in on the inside. He's beginning to wind this up, and he wants to dictate this from start to finish. No room for errors in the mind of the man who demands perfection from himself and those around him.
Yard Maguse has been under 3:29 3 times this season, and only one other man in history was able to do that, and that was Hicham El Guerrouj. His average race, Ingebrigtsen's average time of the last 3 races, 3:27, a time that only 5 men have ever hit in history. So while history is against him in winning championships, history is with him for these great times.
Coming up now to hear the bell, Josh Kerr, the Olympic bronze medalist, right on Ingebrigtsen's shoulder. Listen to the noise. The atmosphere is electric here as Ingebrigtsen takes the bell in the final of the men's 1500 meters. Maybe he's not going to have this all his own way. Remember, when he accelerates, it's sometimes a little bit deceiving because his body language and his cadence doesn't change. He just winds it up little by little. Kerr still on his shoulder. Laros, the 18-year-old, running the race of his life in joint 4th. Watch for Habs on the inside, and Maguse, if he can come through late. Look at this round the bend. Ingebrigtsen fighting to hold the inside line against the Olympic bronze medalist Josh Kerr. And Kerr's putting the brilliant Norwegian under pressure. Ingebrigtsen's not used to these positions. This will be an incredible upset, and it's going to happen again. Josh Kerr with a performance of his lifetime. Ingebrigtsen loses again. Silver for him, bronze for his compatriot. Favourites don't always win, because these are the moments that inspire greatness from everyone else. And just as Jake Whiteman did 12 months ago for Great Britain, Kerr has followed in his footsteps. Ingebrigtsen is stunned, and once again he's come up one shy of perfection. Josh Kerr with an incredible performance of heart, belief and dedication. He's denied the great man the title yet again, and Ingebrigtsen cannot believe it.
Rob, I couldn't believe it. With 100 meters to go, I thought Ingebrigtsen was just holding it back, and then he was just going to let it all out, but it just wasn't there. The heat, the humidity, the pressure, just it wasn't there, and Josh Kerr did exactly what he said, and that's Ingebrigtsen is beatable, and he did the same. Last year, Jake Whiteman did the same exact thing. It was almost like we were watching a picture-perfect strategy from the Brits. Once again, congratulations to Josh Kerr.
Ingebrigtsen doesn't like it when he can't dictate the race. All these Diamond Leagues, nobody in this field, I don't think, can run a low 3:27s. He knows that, but this wasn't a night for 3:27. It's too hot. It's too stifling. And once again, this quest for a World Championship 1500-meter gold medal goes on. He's got the Olympic title, but he can't get his hands on this one for love nor money. Brilliant bronze by Nordas, who's coached by Ingebrigtsen.